Naglulukuhan tayo dito because the first letter promised us that he will be present after November 1. Kung hindi tayo naglulukuhan dito, ay ano?
Tigilan nyo na yan.
Natatakot siya? Na pumunta dito? That's why, Mr. Chairman, that's why my first motion was to issue a so-called order for Attorney Delga to answer both letters. And, Mr. Chairman, and I would like to reiterate once again that we should invite again the former president to be present in the next hearing.
Wow, good morning mga kababayan. Muling nagbabalik, Boy Sardinas nga pala, ang driver ni Tol J. Guevara. No? Wala kaming lakad ni Tol ngayon at ay baba na tayo. Alright? Boy Sardinas nga pala, ang driver ni Tol J. Guevara, member ng Banateros. Alright, simulan natin to mga babayan. No? Bago tayo magsimula, i-like mo yung video, subscribe mo na ako kung ayaw mong ulamin ko kayo, ha? Nanggigigil na naman ako sa issue na to. No? Sabi ay si Tatang Digong daw ay natatakot na umatel sa Kuangkong, no? Sa Kuangkong. Tatakot na daw si Tatang Digong. Hinayupak to mga to. Sino kayo para katakutan? Ha? Sino kayo para katakutan Tatang Digong? Okay, simulan natin tong video mga kababayan at kayo na ang humusga. Okay, gawin natin ito ng reaction video. Shoutout pala sa mga new subscribers ni Boy Sardinas. Maraming salamat sa inyong mga suporta. Alright, so simulan natin to, ha. Panoorin nyo magmula una hanggang sa huli, ha? Para hindi kayo mahuli sa balita. Let's go!
Matapos mabigong mapadalo ang former president na si Rodrigo Duterte sa patuloy na investigasyon ng Quad Committee, Congressman Paduano nag-alboroto sa galit.
Bakit nag-alboroto? Nag-alboroto na. Yan ang sinasabi ko sa inyo eh. Nag-alboroto kayo. Ano magagawa nyo?
Sa halip na suportahan, tila pinagtawanan lang ng maraming Pilipino ang binansagang boy contempt ng Kongreso na si
pinagtawanan ng sambay ng Pilipina, no? Pilipinas, grabe. Ano yan? Siyempre pagtatawanan lang mga pinaggagawa nyo dyan eh.
Paduano matapos mag-alboroto sa galit nang hindi dumalo sa pagdinig ng Quad Committee ang former president na si Rodrigo Duterte patungkol sa mga aligasyon ng di umano'y droga at extrajudicial killing mula 2016 hanggang 2022 sa kanyang administrasyon. Bukod sa mautal-utal ito sa pagsasalita, tila hindi makapaniwala ang maraming Pilipino nang sabihin mismo ni Congressman Paduano na tila natatakot raw ba si former President Rodrigo Duterte.
Ay, naniniwala kayo mga babayan na natatakot si Tatang Digong dito sa mga to? Di wow talaga. Ni isang balahibong Tatang Digong hindi tumingha sa inyo, ha? Mga fake news talaga kayo.
Sa pagdalo nito sa Quad Committee, sa halip na tila sang-ayunan, tila tinawag na hunghang ng maraming Pilipino online ang nasabing kongresista at tila ang lakas raw nitong sabihing naduduwag o natatakot ang dating Pangulo.
Tama nga. Hunghang pala itong mga to eh. Na? Sino kayo para katakutan ni Tatang Digong? Wala nga kinakatakutan yan. Kayo pa kaya? Na?
Sa naging reaksyon ng maraming netizens, sinabi nila kay Paduano na kahit kailan hindi maduduwag ang dating Pangulo sa mga miyembro ng Quad Committee. Kaya lang raw hindi ito dumadalo sa nasabing pag-iimbestiga ng House of Representatives dahil bukod sa hindi na raw kapanipaniwala, puro chismis lang raw ang iniimbestigahan ng nasabing Quad Committee. Lalo't hanggang ngayon, wala raw lumalabas na totoo sa mga sinasabi ng kanilang mga DMNI resource person. Ilan nga lang raw ito sa mga dahilan kung bakit hindi dumadalo ang dating Pangulo, lalo't pinupunterya lamang nila ang pamilyang Duterte at malinaw na pamumulitika lamang ito lalo't nakaupo bilang Vice Presidente si Sara Duterte. Kahit kailan raw, hindi matatakot ang dating Pangulong si Rodrigo Duterte kila Paduano at sa kahit na sino pang miyembro ng House of Representatives at Quad Committee. Dahil kung si Barack Obama nga ay minura ni Duterte, sino raw ba si Paduano para sabihing naduduwag sa kanya ang dating Pangulo?
Sino ka ba nga mo, ha? Sino ka ba, ha? Sino ka ba? Boss, na para katakutan ni Tatang Digong. Obama nga, hindi nga kinakatakutan. Ikaw pa kaya? Sa kaya nga Quadcom na yan, para saan ba kasi yan? Ang dami nyo sinasabing ebidensya, pagpatay, yung gining. Doon kayo sa husgado, hindi dyan. Buo kayo naman Quadcom na yan, hindi. Walang kwenta yan kay Tatang Digong, no, mga boss. No? Walang kwenta yan. Fake news na naman kayo, ha? Tuloy ate.
Narito at panoorin ng full video
Ayan
na sa halip hangaan ng maraming netizen ang di umunay katapangan raw ni Congressman Paduano, tila umani pa ito ng mga nakakatawang reaksyon sa social media matapos sabihing tila natatakot raw si former president sa Quad Committee. Pagsupalpal ng maraming DDS, tila ang lakas raw talaga ng loob ng isang langaw kapag nakatuntong ito sa likod ng kalabaw. Narito't panoorin ang full video.
Tara. Game.
Natatakot siya? Na pumunta dito?
Tignan mo yung itsura niya, Tignan mo yung itsura niya. Ano? Takot siya na magpunta rito? Imagine niyo nga na lang nung nakaraan na pinagbigyan kayong Tatang Digong supalpal nga kayo lahat Wala nga hong tumagal kay Tatang Digong pang marites lang naman kasi yung ginagawa niyo hindi kayo talaga oobra. Natatakot daw. Sige tuloy ate, tuloy. Ito mo yung itsura Okay.
Ay, sabi si Chairman. My first motion was to issue a source order. Attorney.
Stress na to
to answer.
Huwag kayo magtaka pag ito ay sinugod na sa St. Peter, ha? Stress na to Pag sinugod sa St. Peter yan, alam na, babalsamuhin na yan. Let's go, ate.
First, letters. And, Mr. Chairman, and I would like to reiterate once again that we should invite again the former president to be present in the next hearing.
Suko ang kulay.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman.
Yari ka lang, kumari ko.
Ay, nako, Paduano. Hindi nyo na-gets bakit ayaw dumalo ni Tatay Digong sa Quadcom nyo.
Anong dahilan, Mare?
Kasi wala naman kayong kredibilidad. Bestado na kayo. Pati yung mga witness at resource person nyo, bago nyo isalang sa hearing, kinakausap nyo.
Kinakausap, binibigyan ng script, Mare, no? Bago isalang yan kasi, mga kababayan, meron silang script, parang gumagawa ng ng movie. Parang si Cardo lang may script. Parang artista lang yan, mga babayan. No? Pag ikaw ipumasok sa pagiging artista, kailangan kabisaduhin mo ang script mo. Kung hindi mo masasabi ang script mo, yari ka sa direktor. Tulad nung si yung kernel na pulis, di ba? Binigyan ho nila ng script, di ba? Kaso itong kernel na pulis na to, yung script niya ayaw niya. Kaya binulgar po niya yung script na dapat sasabihin niya diyan sa komite. Kaya ayun, malamang ikukulong yun si Kernel Police. My goodness, Mare, diretso mo, Mare. Pasok mo, Mare.
Kinokondisyon nyo.
Ano yan,
buti na lang talaga.
Kinokondisyon nyo? Ano yan, manok? Ginawa nyong manok yung mga kinokondisyon nyo dyan sa pag-asalang dyan sa mga komite nyo ginagawa nyo manok At kinokondisyon, kakainin nyo ng grower, saka starter, saka ano ba tawag doon? Pang-kondisyon ng manok. Pasok, Mare. Pasok mo yan, Mare.
Waste of time lang kung dadalo pa si Tatay Digong dyan sa Quadcom nyo. Waste of time lang yan talaga, Paduano. Malapit na magpasko, Paduano. Tigil nyo na yan. Para na kayong tanga.
Karaps Paduano, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, everyone. The Joint Committee has conducted 10 public hearings, and over the course of these proceedings, numerous witnesses have come forward, reinforcing suspicions of widespread abuses during the Duterte administration's war on drugs. Thus, a significant question has arisen regarding the safety of these witnesses and what they stand to gain from their cooperation. First and foremost, I want to put on record that telling the truth is its own reward. There is inherent value in honesty because it upholds personal integrity, contributes to justice, and fosters trust. By coming forward, these witnesses contribute to uncovering the realities of past actions and ensuring accountability. Their testimonies play a crucial role in strengthening the integrity of our institutions and promoting justice and transparency. Having said that, it is the obligation of the House of Representatives to ensure the protection and security of these witnesses. As a legislative body dedicated to uncovering the truth, the safeguarding justice, the House has a duty to support and protect those who come forward in good faith to share their testimony. The House recognizes the witnesses in sensitive inquiries may face threats, intimidation, or retaliation. As such, it is incumbent upon us to take all necessary measures to shield them from harm. Current laws does not grant the House of Representatives the authority to directly confer immunity from suit. However, we can recommend our witnesses for the Department of Justice Witness Protection Program, which offers both legal protection and additional support. By making this recommendation, we can ensure that witnesses who provide vital information are shielded from prosecution related to their testimonies, in line with the provisions of Republic Act number 6981. This action requires the consent of the witnesses and approval of our Speaker. In addition, we may consider the option of granting protective custody to ensure the physical safety of resource persons who may be at risk due to their involvement in this investigation. While protective custody does not provide immunity from legal actions, it is an established measure that can provide immediate security during the course of our proceedings. Both actions will require a collective decision from the members of the Joint Committee. This ensures that we act transparently and uphold the principles of democracy. Mr. Chairman, before we proceed with the continuation of our inquiry, this representation would like to put on record and address certain critical concerns relative to the conduct of the parallel inquiry of the Senate Blue Ribbon Subcommittee on the drug war implemented during the previous administration on October 28, 2024. To set things into clear perspective, this representation fully recognizes the authority of the Senate to investigate the details of the implementation of the drug war, as both chambers of Congress are constitutionally permitted to conduct inquiries in aid of legislation in accordance with our duly published rules. However, while the authority of the Senate will never be put into question, what is particularly concerning is the seeming disregard for proper courtesy and lack of impartiality by a member of the subcommittee. In particular, I am referring to the actions of Senator Ronaldo Bato de la Rosa. Allow me to discuss this detail, Mr. Chairman. Senator Bato de la Rosa action of participating as a member in a proceeding where he is named as one of the individuals involved in the implementation of drug war did not produce meaningful results, but rather cast doubts on the integrity of the whole process. In fact, prior to the hearing of the Blue Ribbon Committee, Senator De La Rosa even insisted that the investigation should be heard by his own committee. This action of a sitting member of Congress not only demonstrates disregard to existing rules and processes, but also undermines the integrity of the institution that he is bound to respect. Sa simula pa lamang ay gumamit na siya ng impluensya. Ano pa ang aasahan natin sa kanya sa mga gaganapin nilang pagdinig? He was the PNP chief when the previous implementation introduced the war on drugs. He also admitted that there were killings attributed to the war because of alleged cases of nanlaban. In short, he was not only involved, but was in fact one of the figureheads of the campaign during its inception. Hence, he should have been mindful that his presence in the hearing as a member of the panel would compromise, if not invalidate, the whole proceeding. Hindi naman pwedeng ikaw ang mag-imbestiga sa iyong sarili. Clearly, this is conflict of interest on his part. At the very least, he should have inhibited from the proceedings and instead offered himself as a resource person so as not to influence and intimidate the other guests. Unfortunately, the Honorable Senator failed to observe this. Even after the hearing, Senator Bato continued to conduct himself in a manner contrary to what is expected from a member of Congress. Asked about his comment on whether he was part of the Davao hit squad, whose existence was confirmed under oath by former President Duterte during the subcommittee hearing. Senator De La Rosa downplayed the same, claiming that the former president was just joking and there was no death squad to speak of. Now begs the question, why would the committee member defend and even interpret a clear statement made by a resource person in a congressional hearing? The confirmation by the former president needed no interpretation, much less from a member of the panel who investigated the same. If you would ask me, it is as if the Honorable Senator came to the defense of the former president while seeking to exonerate himself from any liability. This is further highlighted by his recent statement that he will be objecting any action of the Senate regarding the submission of records to the ICC. The Honorable Senator's recent actions are truly disappointing, Mr. Chairman. We are conducting these inquiries in order to fill the legislative gaps and address problems that necessitate immediate solution. In doing so, we also want to ascertain the truth about the abuses and other acts related to illegal drugs, pogos, and EJKs. Mahirap man ang hamon sa atin na palabasin ang katotohanan. Sa palagay ko ay napagtatagumpayan natin ito. In closing, this representation wishes to remind our Honorable Senator to observe courtesy and fairness in conducting his official responsibility as a member of the Senate instead of resorting to other means so as to discredit the efforts of this body. Have any debate with regards to the possible amendments to my motion with regards to show cause order for Attorney Delgra? But remember, remember, Mr. Chairman, that we have already sent 2 invitations. This is the second hearing that we invited the former president. And the first invitation was answered by Attorney Delga, no, for on behalf of the president, in the absence of that authority being requested by this committee through this representation during the last hearing. Now, Mr. Chairman, looking at the answer, looking at the reply of Attorney Delga on the first hearing, well, in fact, Mr. Chairman, naglulukuhan tayo dito. Why? Why? Because the first reply made by Attorney Delga representing the former president is that the excuse is that the president, the former president, needs much rest, and assured this committee that he will be present in the next hearing. At the same time, he has a specific date, Mr. Chairman, given to this committee through this letter after November 1. And let me read, Mr. Chairman, allow me to read in toto the portion of such reply coming from Attorney Delga. Hence, my client respectfully requests to defer his appearance before the Honorable Committee scheduled tomorrow. Rest assured of my client's willingness to appear before the House of Representatives on some other available date, preferably after November 1, 2024. And for the record, Mr. Chairman, the invitation that was sent to the former president and was answered by Attorney Delga was before the presence of the former president in the Senate. And he has promised us, this committee, through his letter, that after November 1, he will be present in today's hearing. Ano to? Naglulukuhan tayo dito? Well, in fact, I will discuss and argue with our colleague, Congressman Kit Flores, with regards to the content of this second letter. But, malinaw po, Mr. Chairman, na naglulukuhan tayo dito. Naglulukuhan tayo dito because the first letter promised us that he will be present after November 1. Kung hindi tayo naglulukuhan dito, eh ano?
Tigilan nyo na yan.
Natatakot siya? Na pumunta dito? That's why, Mr. Chairman, that's why my first motion was to issue a so-called order for Attorney Delga to answer both letters. And, Mr. Chairman, and I would like to reiterate once again that we should invite again the former president to be present in the next hearing.
Alright. Ano, gigil na, ano? Ay, wala eh. Ay, talagang hindi atin talaga si Tatang Digong, no? Mga babayan. Ito ang gawin nyo sa Quadcom na yan. Sampahan nyo na lang kaso si Tatang Digong. Doon mismo kayo mag-usap sa, ano, sa korte. Nagiging tanga lang kayo dyan sa committee nyo na yun eh. Wala. Hindi kami pupunta dyan. Tatang Digong, ako na lang pupunta dyan sa may, ano, sa Quadcom. Na, ako na lang makipag-usap dyan. Gusto mo? Ako na lang? Gigil na sila eh. Talaga, nagiging tanga na lang sila dyan, mga babayan, no? Okay na mag-gusto dyan, mga babayan, sa napanood nyo. Di ba? Sila na nagsabi niyan, nagiging ano na sila. Walang kwenta yung mga pag-uusap nila diyan. Ang daming script, 'di ba? Daming script, no? Naglulukuhan na lang. Talaga, naglulukuhan na lang kayo diyan. Umuubos na naman kayo ng budget na sa inyong pag-meeting na 'yan, no? Kawawa ang taong bayan. Meeting sila ng meeting. Lustay sila ng lustay ng mga kaba ng bayan. Grabe, no? So, yan mga babayan, maraming salamat po sa mood ng ating video. Kung gusto mo suportahan si DDS Vlogger, Boy Sardinas, paki-like mo na yung video. Kung pwede, paki-share mo na, Hindi, marireglahin ako pag hindi ka mag-like, So, ayan, maraming salamat po. Susunod ulit na video natin, Lagi niyong abangan. Lagi tayo may upload na video. At ay babanatan natin tong mga hindot na itong mga ng mga fake news. Sige, Hahaybidin kayo dyan. Mapupunta kayo ng St. Peter. Alright? St. Peter ang bagsak nyo. Right, maraming salamat. God bless. Boom. Bye-bye.